let's skip ahead again, because just as Bach took this entire passage and transposed it to give you this entire passage, the same computer cheating system, you could take this entire passage, copy and paste it, and say transpose it down a fourth, this passage here, down a fourth there, and it's exactly the same music. You'll see something funny coming up, so you'll know that there's a trick. And here's what happens if I play exactly transposing this down a fifth. Well, the right hand is actually perfect. There's only one trouble with this. If I take that down a fifth, that's a B. We haven't got any B's. Yes, we have no B's. So, Bach is stuck, all right? Well, it's great to see a guy like Bach get stuck, because you know he's going to come out of it with something even better than what would have happened if he had been able to do it. And the first thing he does is take this little section, create this new material here. What was that B thing? First of all, this material is transposed up an octave, so we hear more of the skippy quality. But then he gets to this section and adds something entirely new. He doesn't just do, which he could have done, but that would have taken all the drama out of the music. So he does, this is the B material with the purple over it. And that's how he gets to this blue stuff. Now, again, it doesn't mess up our transposition. The blue stuff that was here is now a perfect fifth lower, although because of the shenanigans, some of it's a perfect fourth higher, and this is a perfect fifth lower. But what's really interesting to me is this blue and this green are just a repetition of this blue and green. But the first time we heard them, Bach had extra buffer material added. When he gets to this part of the piece, he wants to push the momentum much further into this repeat, much faster, much more concentrated into this repeat. So he takes out this extra material and just goes directly from here to there, blue to green. I'll play these two so you can hear the difference. This is a 4-bar unit. It has the same function, the same thing, it's just transposed. And this is a 2-bar unit that does the same thing except leaves out the buffer zones. So, both of these things, by the way, the blue and the green, are a transposition of this original green thing. Just one note changed, but we don't worry about that. Okay, then at the end of the piece, it does something I have to complete the whole story here, because you'll notice in my little spectrum of fifths, I show us going all the way to the B flat. Now, so far, all our excitement has been coming from the sharp side, and it's not so unusual for a piece to be sharp-siding at the beginning and flat-siding at the end. In fact, it's almost standard practice. But the way Bach uses that flat side is interesting, because if we're looking through this, we have a C natural here, an F natural there, and finally B flats, particularly this one B flat, really high at the end of the piece, to add all the spice to the end of the piece over this dominant pedal tone. And then, again, the texture's breaking down, all hell breaks loose, there's kind of a cadenza kind of effect, a very extra chord that sort of catches you by surprise, end of the piece. I'll play it so you can follow that from here. This is basically coded. By the time he gets to here, he's done everything about the first part of the piece he had to do, and now he's just taking us to the ending with this very dramatic, flat side oriented material. which is probably the worst fugue ever written.